Good morning, you sexy mother lovers. What's going on? NJ Morning Drive. Yeah, but what's going on, guys? Everything is all right, man. It's been a couple of days. I was sick as hell. You can still hear it on my voice. I've been, playing my mouth with these freaking, big lozenges. I am the mental man. My voice was gone, but I'm all right. I'm back. Doing what we do and doing it right. So, what's today's date? February what? Let's check. 14. Today is April Fool's. All right, no, it's not. But let me tell you one thing. Today is the only damn day that a man will be forced to buy 12 roses that would generally go any other day of the year for about 12 bucks and pay 60 to $100. That is BS, man. The symbol for BS is the bull, and it's BS. I personally don't celebrate, Valentine's Day. In fact, I personally don't celebrate most commercialized, holidays. Let me explain what I mean by that. A commercialized holiday is any holiday that we have in the calendar in the US because it's not about the day itself, it's about how to make money for an industry. For example, today, the people that make money are the rose shops, the flower shops, the candy places. Today is the day that they make all the money that they have not made throughout the year. Because today they get to charge you twice, triple the price for something that you know doesn't cost that kind of money. And the worst thing is that freaking women go crazy if you don't send them a freaking overpriced set of roses. I'm gonna tell you one thing. That's BS, man. I am not, and I will not buy something just because society tells me that I gotta do it. My wife knew that coming in. I put my cards on the table. She already know what time it was. So for those of you fellas that are basically probably at this point or that would today look at this video and find yourself looking at roses and being like, damn, this shit is expensive. It is expensive. I would definitely tell you, don't do it. Don't buy the freaking roses because let me tell you one thing. What you're doing is that you're setting up a set of expectations for your woman. And at the end of the day, when you think about it, the investment that you're gonna put in $100 in you know what I'm saying, $150 for roses is something that will go into the garbage within the next 2 days. I can understand if you want to basically go out and have a nice dinner. That's something that is okay. But fellas, don't spend your money on things that are so, like trivial. Don't spend money on something that society basically forces you to do it just because if you don't do it, oh, you're a bad husband. No, you're not. That's BS. If you see the commercials, and this is how you know that today, today is basically just a commercial day for people to make money and for industries to flourish. You start seeing the commercials like 2 3 weeks before today for diamonds. Oh, buy her a diamond, buy her this, buy her that. Very rarely do you see any commercial, and I don't think there are any commercials out there that talk about a woman buying something for the man. Why is that? The same thing goes for the wedding industry. Diamonds. You gotta give a woman a diamond. It's gotta be 3 times your salary. I'll tell you one thing. I gave my wife a diamond. But the reason why I did that was because she put a Rolex on my wrist. Feel me? So it's an even exchange. So she know what I appreciated. I know what she appreciated. She actually has a position that she can buy whatever the hell she wants. But what I'm trying to say is that every single commercial is geared towards the female, consumer. And then forcing the man that are going out with these females or basically married to these females to buy basically things, overpriced things, so that they can make money. A diamond is the woman's best friend. Yeah? How is that? A diamond is forever. Man, screw that. Not even marriage is forever. In fact, as we talked before, 50% of marriages end up in divorce. So, I gotta tell you one thing. If you're gonna celebrate a holiday, don't celebrate the commercialized version of it. Celebrate the pure version of it. They say that it's a holiday. Today is about love. Guess what? Spend time with your significant other. Go for a walk together. Do something at home. Cook together. Do something that basically goes to the core of what we're talking about, and that is supposedly is love. Also, when you look at other holidays like Christmas, if you think about it, is the celebration of the birth of Jesus. And I don't know how the hell that we went from celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ to having to spend hundreds of dollars on gifts so that we can exchange something. Like, I just don't get it. I mean, if you wanna do something, and listen, I am gonna be honest with you. I am guilty as charged. I have kids, and so they have an expectation. But one thing that I've always done with my kids is that when they have toys or they have toys that they haven't opened or whatever, because you know what, we are so blessed to live in this great country in which we have overabundance. And so when you have overabundance, you got to be able to share the bounty of the things that you get with others that probably don't have as much as you have. I always say this. As a human being, you got to be able to give more than what you take of this world. What is a man that doesn't try to make the world a better place than he found it before he left this place? And so what I'm trying to say is that don't listen to all the commercials and this and that. If you're gonna celebrate the holiday, celebrate the pureness of the holiday. If you're gonna give something to your significant other, don't do it because society tells you that you gotta do it. Because that is not genuine. You understand what I'm saying? It's something that is imposed so that someone else can make money on you and your emotional triggers. They start talking about, she deserves this, she's worth it, blah 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 blah, and then women start looking at you like, yo, you heard that? Another holiday that is like completely overblown out of proportion is Mother's Day. Yeah, you know what? Mother's Day is every day. I don't think that mothers are able to take a day off. When you're a mom, you're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But the same goes for Father's Day. And if you really notice, Father's Day is not basically celebrated as much as Mother's Day do. And that's something also that I wanted to talk about. It's how prevalent in our society you see the father figure in like cartoons, in movies, in TV shows as the buffoon. Like the guy is a fool, he's stupid. You see it on the Flintstones. Um, you see it on the Simpsons. You see it on most TV shows like Family Guy, The American Dad. The guy is always portrayed as this dumb guy that has no idea what's going on. And that's the reason why so many men have basically been disrespected by their significant others, by their families, because television and society are telling them that we as men are not valued, that women have more value. And that's not the way it is, man. It should be 50-50. If we're going to celebrate Mother's Day, we should also if we're going to prioritize Mother's Day, we should also prioritize Father's Day. And basically, Father's Day, what we do is they basically do, okay, buy a grill, buy some tools, and that's it. Or get a pair of socks. But for Mother's Day, you got to take your wife or the mother to a restaurant to pay for overpriced food, wait online, eat in a rush when you can do that at home as a family. I personally, like I said, don't celebrate most of these holidays. Like I said, Christmas I do because I have kids. But, Thanksgiving is not, like we get together as a family and we thank, like, God, and we thank each other for the opportunity, for the things that we have. That's what Thanksgiving is all about. Because the whole notion of Thanksgiving, if you do some research, you realize that the whole thing about, the pilgrims finding the turkey and all that, it's all bullshit. It's basically a commercialized day. It's something to make people go and buy things and make these big dinners. But the reason for Thanksgiving is for family to get together, for friends to get together, for people to basically appreciate each other of the fact that you are in each other's lives. So I personally don't celebrate most holidays because it's just a commercialized version. And they're telling you basically, like, what is the thing that they tell you to do right after Thanksgiving? What is it? You have Black what? Black Friday. Spend more money. You just spent probably $100 to $200, $300 on a dinner, and now they're telling you to go to stores again to spend money so that in industry, electronics, to buy shit that you don't need basically. And that's how basically how our economy works. Is by telling people what to do. It's like they condition you. Like if you really think about it, you look at like Thanksgiving. And right before Thanksgiving, they're already basically talking about Christmas and decorating for Christmas and talking about the special for Christmas. Take a look at the clothing industry. Winter comes, and about right after the holidays, like the 25th or whatever, you can start seeing that they start putting up like shorts and t-shirts for sale because they're conditioning you to start buying shit for the summer. And this is the cycle of consumerism that we have in this country, man. And so I refuse to engage in celebrating things that are meaningless. So again, if you're gonna celebrate, you know, a day like today, Valentine's Day, don't go out and buy an overpriced rose or flowers or chocolate. You know what? If do something together, get together with your wife, get together with your kids, be home, cook something together, do something fun. But it's so hard because we get bombarded with all these basically commercials, and basically we get that's why I call. If it was up to me, I wouldn't even have television in my house because the television is like it's a weapon to basically program you to do what industries and businesses want you to do. What is it? What do you do if you want a computer to do something? You program it to do a task. And if you think about it, what is a television thing that they put on it? It's called television programming. Who the fuck are they programming? You, my brothers. So we pay $100, $200 for television services to watch commercials. Like, think about that for a second. I want you to basically stop and think about that for a moment. We pay the cable industry money so that we can get programmed into doing things that they want us to do. That's the reason why we have so much division in the country. Because you have the people that basically are watching, CNN, and CNN basically looks to be against Fox News, and Fox News seems to be against, MSNBC, and MSNBC seems to be against the other one, AON or whatever it is, American News. And it's so, you know what? When you really come to the core of it, most of these television companies, they're owned by the same people. And so that's the reason why, like, I refuse, man. Like, I don't even watch TV anymore. And I work for that industry, but I don't even watch TV because you know what? Most of the things that are on television are not even worth watching, to be honest with you. And so that's basically my opinion about this whole thing. Again, my thing is this. I personally don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I think it's a BS day. for people to spend their money. If you're gonna celebrate it, when do something nice for your spouse at home, like cook a nice dinner, or do something together. Go to the grocery store and say, hey, listen, let's do this together. Let's cook something. Let's do something together. Let's sit down, listen to music. Let's open a bottle of wine and do something together as a family. Because supposedly we're celebrating love today. Love should be celebrated every freaking day, not only one day. You shouldn't have to be told by someone to give your wife a rose. I don't give roses to my wife because, quite frankly, I'm gonna tell you a story. On our first date, we went to a restaurant, and so I bought her, a rose. And I remember she took that rose, man, and she threw that shit in the back of the car. And I still remember, and we laugh about it because not everyone basically has the sensitivity. And I'm not saying that my wife is not sensible, but not everyone has the sensitivity to be like, oh, it's a rose, like it's okay, it's a plant, but it's like she doesn't value it. And also in the past, what I have sent roses or something like that to her has been to basically celebrate an accomplishment, something that we have done as a family or something that she has done. And also, you know what? It's a nice way to remind people that, hey, listen, I'm thinking about you. But you don't have to do it today. You can do it every day. And I can guarantee you, if you do it in a day that is not expected, like a day like today, the person that you are sending this thing to will be more appreciative of the fact that you did something that not everyone else is doing, but that you did it especially for her or for him. And listen, there ain't nothing wrong with a woman sending flowers to a man or roses. That's basically just saying I love you. And I think that we don't do that enough. It's like because we men, it's like we don't have feelings. You know what? We appreciate things like that too. Like I grew up in a household with my mom. I remember my mother giving like roses to my father. And my father was a big man, 6'2", military, big dude. And like he would I can see it in his face, but she didn't do it on Valentine's Day or things like that. She would do it on a day just to say, hey, listen, I appreciate you and I love you. And I can see, I would see my father, like his face, like he would be like excited and happy because that's basically, it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies, take care of your men. And I'm not saying that today, but you know what? You are always expecting men to do things for you. Return the favor, reciprocate, learn to do nice things for us too. We are not machines. And so, guys, I would like to, end up in a positive note. We're back again. I appreciate the subscribers. We're growing very slowly. Um, Someone had come to me and was like, hey, listen, why don't you just buy subscribers? And to be honest with you, I looked into it and I was like, you know what? That's not right. If this thing is gonna grow, it has to grow organically. It's gotta be because you guys actually enjoy the content of the things that I put out. And so I refuse to be fake. You know what? If I fail, I'm gonna fail, but I'm gonna go at it, like a champ. I'm gonna go out swinging. I'm not gonna basically do the wrong thing. And so I appreciate every single one of you guys. You know who you are. My friends and the people that listen to the videos, the new subscribers. Thank you, for the support. It takes a lot, I think, for us to be able to do these things. Put a thought together and sit down and talk about different things. But like I said before, it's a good thing when you try. I do this because I feel that it's always great to help other people and to give a perspective and an opinion on something because I'm pretty sure that someone else is thinking about it. They just sometimes are afraid to say it, and that's okay. You know what? It's all right to be afraid. Just be yourselves, enjoy who you are, enjoy your families, be cool, be outgoing, be productive, and have a great day, guys. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any comments, if you have any, anything that you want to say, any topics that you want me to talk about, comment down below. Let me know. And punishment is due, my dudes. Have a great day. Peace. And we love you. From NJ Morning Drive. Yeah, but.